Welcome back. In this lecture, we are going to assign the input variables from terraform.tfvars. So the reference subfolder is v5 input variables assigned with tfvars. So we are going to create a file named terraform.tfvars and define the input variables inside this file. So what happens when you define the input variables and then those values inside this? Okay, so if the file name is terraform.tfvars, Terraform will auto load the variables present in this file by overriding the default values inside variables.tf or c2-variables.tf. So with that said, whatever we define the variables inside this with values, key value pairs, okay, so variable name is this one and the value is this. So automatically whenever you run the Terraform plan or Terraform apply, so because you have the terraform.tfvars file, it will auto load the variables from here instead of overriding the default values present in variables.tf. okay, so let's go back to Visual Studio Code and we need to go inside v5 input variables assigned with the Terraform tfvars, right? So what we need to do here is first we will copy from v4 all the 4 templates. Okay, so let me copy this and then paste it in this one. Okay, so now we know that in the c2 variables.tf we want to override these two things. So one is instance count and another one is instance type. So you can create a file named new file and you can say it as terraform.tfvars. okay, so the name should be like this only, terraform.tfvars. when the file name is terraform.tfvars, so it will auto load the variables defined inside that during the execution of Terraform plan or Terraform apply commands. So let's get the two variables for us. So one is ec2 instance count. Okay, so the default value is 2, whatever you have defined here. Okay, so I am going to put, now it need to override with 1. In the same way for variables also ec2 instance type. Okay, so here default value is t3.micro. Here I am going to give that as t3.small. so now save it and then go to that in our terminal. So let's go to 05 Terraform variables 0501, which is Terraform input variables, and inside this we are dealing with v5 version cd v5, which is input variables assigned with Terraform tfvars. So if you see, there should be 4 files, c1, c2, c3, c4, and also terraform.tfvars, whatever you have just now defined. Okay, so now what we are going to do is, so we are going to initialize as usual, and if you want we can do the validate and then move on with the plan. Okay, so let the provider get downloaded. So now we'll say Terraform validate and next is Terraform plan. So when you want to override the default values inside your respective variables.tf, whatever you have done so far is, first you have done with -var and then provided in the command line CLI itself. Okay, or another time you have defined the environmental variables, which is tf_var_ variable name is equal to value. So you have set that way, and now you are doing is with terraform.tfvars. So you are overriding the values present in c2 variables.tf, whatever is the default values here. Okay, so default value is 2 and then default value is t3 micro for these two variables. So you defined in terraform.tfvars, and now whenever you run the Terraform plan, so instance count should be 1 and also instance type should be t3.small. okay, so 3 resources adding, which means 1 is ec2 instance and 2 are security groups. So now if you go up, so in my ec2 vm0, so 1 instance it is getting created, so which means count is only 1, so it has took the value from the terraform.tfvars. In the same way, instance type also is equal to t3.small, which it took from the terraform.tfvars. So in the same way, if you run for Terraform apply also, it is going to be same thing. Okay, so for Terraform apply also it will load from the same terraform.tfvars. So what happened? It has auto loaded. So for here also I am not going to say yes, but we are going to see the values here. See t3.small. So what happened here is very simple. Okay, so I'll remove these things, and it should be only 4 files now, right? 4 plus 1 terraform.tfvars. So what happened here is, if the file name is terraform.tfvars, Terraform will auto load the variables present in this file by overriding default values in variables.tf. So that's what happened. You can apply and then access the application also if you want, but I am not doing that. We know whatever it is going to work as expected. Okay, so this completes the assign input variables from terraform.tfvars. So in our next lecture, we are going to discuss about assign input variables with -var file argument. So I will see you in the next lecture. Until then, bye bye. Thank you.